So, Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. After our 2 weeks absence, we're back and we're glad to be back. And so today there's a lot of frenzy going on. You can see everyone is expecting change, and let's see where we are in a month's time, and see how the change is manifesting. Um, but what I wanted to look at was how quickly we're influenced and how quickly we create relationships and compare the relationships. So, for example, there are religions where you cannot question either the prophet or their teachings or the way of life. You can't question it. And if you question it, the penalty is death. Right? So there are religions which say, well, look, that's a bit much. Yeah, we need freedom of thought, and it's a bit much. But having said that, that's the way it is for that particular space. And you'd think maybe in the 21st century, there's no room for that. We would agree with that, wouldn't we? That maybe we have become enlightened, whatever it is, that there needs to be freedom of thought. And then you're represented with the phenomenon that's taking place now. And you can see it exactly how it's taking place. So you take an icon. And in this case, you take Taylor Swift as an icon. And you create a persona around her. You create um, uh, activity around her. You ensure that that persona is being presented to a particular demographic to such an extent that first they become devoted to that icon. They dress that like that icon. They start listening to all the icon is telling them, right? So these might be considered the Holy Script. The icon may be considered the prophet, right? And the disciples are those who follow the icon. And that icon can be a political party, or that icon can be an individual, a celebrity. And the question then arises, what's the difference? What's the difference of a religion that we would condemn in this enlightened postmodern world because we felt it was too restrictive, because you can't question. And then we are presented right now exactly the same phenomenon using a celebrity. What's the difference? What's the difference? What if this celebrity was given a halo of spirituality? How long would it be when you created that individual as your Christ figure, as your savior? And then how easy is it to influence a whole group of people through that one icon? Once we begin to see how emotions are used, attachment is used, how the conditioning takes place, once we begin to see it, we also begin to see the dangers in it. That it is influence that you can exert over huge groups of people simply by creating false prophets. So maybe when the biblical terms of the false prophets, which is the time we are now entering, many false prophets will arise. And maybe these are the false prophets. Maybe it's not about religion that they are identifying, but how these celebrities, icons can be created, attachments be forced upon you. For example, over the last month, even if you didn't want to think about the election, you couldn't, because it was force fed. Anything you watched, anything, anywhere you went, all the newspapers, all the media, constant narrative. The only relief you got was if you were out of the country, out of that media box, and you realize how much the world, how much control is exerted in your mental space. It's kept in a particular space. not allowed to come out. And it feels hopeless at times that you can't come out. But I think this is where you begin to exercise some self regulation. How much do you engage with this? How much do you engage with this stuff? And because you are very easily swayed if you engage with any of it. So, to maintain your integrity, it's important to realize that this kind of phenomena is used in order to entrap, entangle, and create attachments with things that you will actually fight for. You may even go to war if someone was to criticize your icon, or someone was to negate them. You may even go to war. You may even go towards harming someone. So you can begin to notice the similarities between the same tool religions have used is the same tool celebrities are using. The same tool, which gives you the same result. You follow the icon, their words become the script. That's what you live by. You live like them, you act like them, you mimic them. And this is really important to understand. Religions want you to mimic. Authentic spirituality wants you to be you. That's the difference. Following a Nanak or following a Christ or following a Christian or following a Taylor Swift ain't going to make you them. You can only be you. And a true teacher can only tell you, hey, you can only be you. And this is the freedom that in this culture, in this darkness, and this is what the darkness is spoken about. Darkness, why? Because you're not allowed to see out of it. You're kept in the dark, not allowed to see out of it, because constantly it's the same nonsense. And as a result, we can't come out of it. Hence, to find integrity and to step out of that nonsense in this time is indeed a blessing. So, through meditation, one of the key things is that we begin to notice these conditioned patterns and we begin to be able to think for ourselves rather than be influenced. Whether the influence comes from medicine, whether it comes from your politicians, or whether it comes from any kind of religious space. Right? That imposition on you to be you is something that limits you in your growth. So it's important through meditation that we learn first what's going on. Secondly, we learn how to step out of it. Hope that made sense. Yeah, as I went along. Yeah, don't know where I started, but anyway, I think you got it to the right space. Okay, so let's begin. So as usual, we'll begin our practice. Adjust our back, pull our shoulders back, relax your face, your eyes are gently closed. And as you draw your first, next breath in, you're going to bring your focus to yourself. And you're going to begin with just noticing what's happening within yourself. Your intention is to be with yourself, to know what's going on with you today. So you bring your focus to your posture. You notice if there's anything dominant in the body, like a pain, an ache, a tightness, an itch. And if you find something, locate it. Don't need to think about it. Okay? Your intention is to be present as best as possible And you're going to start with your sensations. So imagine a hula hoop above your head. And as this hoop comes down, you begin to notice sensations within the body. Gently scanning your body as it moves down. And again, you notice anything, make a note of where it is. Next breath in, you bring your focus now to the seat you're on. And very systematically, we're going to allow the body to find its balance. So notice the sensations where the chair or your seat makes contact with your body. Allow those sensations, from those sensations, allow your awareness to move up. And you're going to make your awareness around your hips, becoming aware of your hips, the side of your hips, the back. And then gently begin to move your focus down your thighs towards your knees. Again, you're looking for sensations. From your knees, you move down, scanning the back of your legs, scanning the front of your legs, and then from your ankles, you become aware of your feet. And then gently resting your focus on the soles of your feet. Scanning the gross body. Bring your focus back to the seat you're on and notice how well you support it. Notice how the ground beneath you holds you. Here and now. How the air around you holds you. How the environment contains you. Bring yourself to this moment as best as you can, here and now. And now we're going to scan the back. We begin from the lower back, gently moving our focus upwards towards the middle back. From your middle back, you bring your focus to your shoulder blades. And gently bringing your awareness at your shoulders. See if you can soften your shoulders. Allow yourself to be unburdened. And then gently bringing your focus down towards your elbows. From your elbows, moving down to your wrists. And then notice the palms of your hands. Gently moving to your fingers. And on your next breath in, bring your focus towards your eyes. What do you have awareness of? The back of your eyelids? The darkness? Awareness. Notice how this awareness can't be switched off. And then as you breathe out, you allow your eyes to soften. And on your next breath in, bring your focus towards your lips. Notice your upper lip, scanning your lower lip, and then gently moving your focus within your mouth. And you will notice there are sensations within the mouth. You can sense the roof of your mouth, the inside cheeks, and then bringing your focus to your tongue. Allow it to soften, allow it to relax, allow your jaw to soften. And then as you breathe out, you allow your face to soften. Next breath in, once again, become aware of your body as best as you can. Notice anything that's dominant, pain, ache, any discomfort, location. And then gently bringing your focus just beneath your nose. And simply begin to watch the movement of your breath. Watching the in breath moving in, watching the out breath moving out. Notice how the breath breathes by itself. Everything is happening. Stay with your breath. Stay with your breath. And on your next breath in, you're going to use this breath in to bring your focus within yourself, to your subtle body, to your thoughts and how you're feeling. Is there something dominant on the mind? Do you feel alert or do you feel drowsy? Are you able to focus or are you distracted? And then gently bringing your focus to your chest. And you're going to hold your focus at your chest. Watch it move, synchronized with the breath. As the breath comes in, your chest expands. As the chest relaxes, the breath goes out. Notice the subtle changes, sensations within the body as the breath comes in and the breath goes out. Sensations around your ribs. And then gently bringing your focus a bit deeper into yourself, holding it right at your very heart center as best as you can. Your focus as best as you can, holding it at your very heart center. And as you hold your focus there, notice how you're actually feeling right now. Do you feel settled? Do you feel unsettled? Does this moment feel enough for you? Do you feel content in this moment? Or is there something missing? Just this moment. And on your next breath out, opening your awareness to all the sounds around you. Listening, not looking for sounds, movement, no thoughts, just listening. Gently bring your focus just beneath your nose and once again begin to watch your breath. Notice your in breath has a start and an end. Notice your out breath has a start and an end. Begin to follow your out breath all the way till the end. Notice when it finishes. And as you follow your out breath all the way till the end, allow your body to relax a little bit further, alert yet relaxed. And now notice how you're breathing. How does the breath feel? And then, as best as you can, bring your focus to the sound of your breath. Listening to the in breath, listening to the out breath as best as you can. And once again, on your next breath out, open your awareness to all the sounds around you, including the sound of your breath. Listening. Not thinking about the sounds, allowing any sound that's out there to come to you. Following the sound of the bell into the silence as best as you can.